The man who tried to kill Trump reportedly wrote a manifesto and sent it to his family before the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And now, the investigation points to an even more serious suspicion. The attack against Donald Trump may have been planned in advance, with signs inside the suspect's own house and even reports of involvement from a sister. I'll tell you all about it in a moment, but right now, you'll want to be subscribed to the channel to stay well informed. Real-time information with the best journalistic quality ever seen and the highest credibility standards. Milson Alves News. The case gained momentum this Sunday, April 26, 2026, after American authorities identified Cole Allen, 31 years old, as the suspect of having caused the shooting. At the Washington Hilton in Washington, during the White House Correspondents' Dinner, the main suspicion is that Allen was not there by chance. He is believed to have traveled from California to the American capital with a premeditated idea, a clear political target, and a manifesto sent to family members before the act. According to information released by Fox News and CBS News, Allen's brother reportedly alerted authorities after receiving the alleged manifesto. This is one of the most important points of the investigation. The document was reportedly sent to family members shortly before the attack, and in it, the suspect allegedly indicated that he was targeting officials from the Trump administration, acting under orders. Besides importance, from the highest to the lowest names, the line that weighs against Allen is simple and harsh. He reportedly left Torrance in the Los Angeles area, crossed the United States by train, passed through Chicago, and arrived in Washington to put the plan into action. Fox News reported that agents went to the house linked to the suspect in California, looked for footage from home security cameras, and talked to neighbors. While investigators tried to reconstruct every step before the attack, the family now appears as a key factor. There is no public confirmation that the sister was involved in the plan, but she is already on the investigators' radar. According to the report shown by Fox News, the sister spoke with authorities and said that Allen made comments about the need to fix current problems. This statement, combined with the alleged manifesto, helps investigators view the case as something that may have been fueled by radicalization, political resentment, and a distorted sense of personal mission. The most alarming point is that the family itself may have noticed warning signs before the attempt. The brother reportedly called the police after seeing the contents of the manifesto, and the sister reportedly mentioned strange statements. The parents, according to circulating information, also cooperated with investigators. This raises a strong question: who knew what, when did they find out, and why the alert? Enough to prevent the suspect from reaching the event, Allen was described by authorities as a man with technical training and background. Connected to education, he studied mechanical engineering at Caltech, had ties to technology, and even worked with students. In American news coverage, this contrast became one of the most unsettling points. How could someone with a resume, family, and an apparently normal life reach the point of trying to attack a presidential event? The answer is just beginning to emerge. It's radicalization, not a sudden outburst, but a path shaped by ideas, isolation, anger, and planning. The manifesto became the most sensitive part of the case. According to CBS News, Allen reportedly wrote that hotel staff, regular guests, and agents were not the main targets, but he indicated that he might go through them to reach Trump administration officials. This part shows his coldness. He wasn't there just to cause trouble. The suspicion is that he wanted to get closer to the political leadership present at the dinner. Trump stated that the suspect was a disturbed man and said that he had written an anti-Christian manifesto. Reuters reported that the president also mentioned that family members had already expressed concern about Allen. For Trump, the case once again exposes the risk of political violence against him and against members of his party. The investigation is also trying to understand Allen's connection. The group, called Wide Awakes, the group was described as an open network focused on creative collaboration and reimagining the future. But for the investigators, any connection needs to be carefully analyzed. Group participation, political speech, contacts, publications, messages, and possible influences. None of this alone proves a network behind the attack. But everything comes into play when the suspect leaves the manifesto and goes to an event with the president present. The house in Torrance became a focal point. FBI agents were at the address, went door to door, looked for camera footage, and talked to residents. Neighbors said they were shocked to find out that the suspect lived in that area. This kind of reaction usually happens when the case involves someone who didn't attract much attention in the neighborhood, but who, according to the police, showed signs of a dangerous transformation. The security at the event also became a target of questioning. The manifesto itself, according to Fox News commentators, reportedly criticized or mocked the security at the hotel. This detail is serious because it suggests that Allen may have noticed gaps or believed he could get past the security. For an event with Donald Trump, government members, the press, and invited guests, any lapse in control becomes a national concern. The suspicion that Trump was one of the main targets reinforces the political weight of the attack. Reuters reported that authorities consider the president a likely target. CBS News stated that the manifesto talked about targeting Trump administration officials according to rank, even when Trump's name does not appear in each released excerpt. His presence at the event and the meaning of the manifesto placed the case within the context of political violence against the current government. And then comes the most uncomfortable part. The family does not appear to be uninvolved. The brother is said to have received the material and notified the police. The sister reportedly gave information on prior statements, and the parents reportedly cooperated. This doesn't mean that everyone is to blame, but it does mean that the investigation now goes inside the house, into the conversations, the signs, and the goal is to understand whether the manifesto was just an early confession, a farewell, a provocation, or part of a broader plan. Authorities are also analyzing cell phones, computers, social media, and possible messages. They want to know who Ellen was talking to, what she was consuming, and which ideas she repeated. If she researched the location, if she was following Trump's schedule, and if she had direct or indirect help. So far, the official line is that this may have been a lone attacker, but in a case like this, the word lone can only be used after a complete investigation. Before that, everything needs to be checked. The American press also highlighted that the attack comes at a time of growing political tension. In recent years, public figures have faced more frequent threats, and the atmosphere among radical groups has become more aggressive. For the Trump administration, this episode reinforces the need for protection at public events, reviewing protocols, and taking warnings from family members seriously. For now, what is already clear is that the suspect did not just appear out of nowhere at the Washington Hilton. His name was identified. The trip was tracked. The manifesto was reportedly sent, the brother reportedly alerted the police, and the sister reportedly relayed troubling remarks. And Trump left the dinner protected by a quick operation that prevented a bigger disaster. In the end, this manifesto became the key to the case, because it can show not only what Ellen wanted to do, but also why he believed he should do it. Leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and at the end, take a look at the comments so you can be even more engaged with the Milson Alves news community.